And I'm live. All right. I posted, 7, 8, 9 minutes ago that I was going live in 7 minutes. Apparently, time flies. So anyway, here I go. I'm live. Tarrant County tax value notices came out today, and I've been waiting for that for quite a while. I've got a mountain of paperwork sitting at the foot of my desk over here, and it's some lucky postal worker got to wheel that in. He's a good, strong man with a strong back. I was appreciative that I didn't have to bring it all the way into my office. A bunch of papers. So I just thought I would give you a little report on a few things because in my life, this is a pretty big day. I know, I hope it's not a big day for you because I hope that you didn't have some really bad news at the mailbox. So if you did not, there's a good possibility that your property tax value is sitting in your mailbox if you're in Tarrant County. If you're not in Tarrant County, totally different timelines. And I should also mention this. If you're in Tarrant County and you didn't see one today, there are two possibilities on why you did not get a value notice. Number one is because your value did not change more than $1,000 from last year. Possibility number two is that they have not calculated your value yet. That's the case for a bunch of people. So if you haven't received one, it's okay. Actually, there's a third reason. The third reason is that if we are protesting for you, they do not send your value notice to anybody but me. And so I will end up sending that to you. There was supposed to be an email that went out today. Unfortunately, the email server that we set up with for our new website decided that because we were going to send out 17,000 and it's a brand new website and everything, they are going to shut us down for a couple days. So that was a nice welcoming surprise. We'll get that email out just as soon as we possibly can, and we'll have your value notice or your value delivered to you if we helped you in the past. So I just want to tell you this. I was really shocked at what the values look like this year so far. For the folks that we protested for last year, we had, I just want to give you an idea. There were about 17,000. Gosh, dog, let me do the math on this. This is more than 17,000. I'm doing some quick math. I'm going to pull up a calculator real quick and do some quick math. 7241 plus. Okay. So for 17,272 accounts that we still have registered, 7,241 went up in value. Get this, 8,939 accounts stayed the same. 1,092 properties went down. Those are just the people that we represent. I was not expecting to see that. In fact, this is great news. I don't know. I know that there was a law that was passed the last legislative session. It took effect last year, and it created a higher burden of proof for the appraisal district to meet if they wanted to increase your value. So that's the only reasoning I can come up with on why more property values didn't skyrocket is because we represented all those people. I'm doing some research on all of the other accounts. I'm going to potentially try to compare people that did not protest versus people that did protest. I can tell you my anticipation for this year is that it was going to be a bloodbath, and I was not looking forward to seeing what was going on and seeing the despair out there. And that could still be the case for people that did not protest. I'm not sure. We're going to see. I'll take a look at that and report back. It'll probably be Monday or Tuesday. It'll be Tuesday, just because I'm going to be busy. Which brings me to another bullet point. There was another property tax bill that was just scheduled for a hearing that I helped Matt Krause with, Representative Matt Krause. I want to show you just real quick what that looks like, and then I'm going to show you a little bit about what our website looks like, and that is it. Let's see here. Okay, so, oh my gosh, got the Twilight Zone going on. Let's see here. All right, there we go. So this is a bill that was just scheduled for a hearing on Monday. I'm going to be driving down there and testifying. This bill, I'm not going to read it. It would be boring as snot, but the most important number you need to see is that one right there. If you saw your property tax bill increase like crazy, and you have a homestead exemption, then the maximum it could have increased for the taxable value, which in Tarrant County, it's called the assessed value. The maximum it could have increased was 10%. If you feel like that's way too high, then we agree on something. And I think most people do. So this bill, if it's passed, would create a limit of 5% increase. And so I'm going to go down in Austin and testify on this. This would be tremendous help for everybody to limit that increase to 5%. And then also for renters or investors out there, people that own investment properties, it would also create an exemption for single family residential properties, because there's so many people out there that have a house that they could not sell because there wasn't enough equity, or they had to sell right after they bought it or something like that, and they're stuck and they had no choice but to rent it out. Well, there's no exemption for those folks, and that's not right. So this bill would solve that. Let me show you one other thing real quick, and then I'll look at some questions, answer any questions you have, and then we will take off from there. All right. So if we protested for you in the past, you don't need to do anything. Hold on. Let's see. All right. So if we protested for you in the past, then you're set up in our system, and I just need to email you username and password. So if I protested for you in the past, you actually have nothing to do, because I could not send that email out because the email server issue that the email server gave us a problem. So for about a month or so, this has been the homepage of the website. Starting today, we open it up for signups. If we have not protested for you before, you just take your 8-digit account number, enter it in there, and then you can sign up on our website, and you can submit evidence and all that stuff. Here's a deadline for you to sign up. And this is just letting you know that we, if you're a returning client, then we've got to still send that to you. So if anybody has not signed up with us before, you want to sign up, you can go ahead and do it there. It's freetaxprotest.com. You can do all sorts of good stuff there. We've been working for 2 years on that website, and I am hoping and praying that everything goes well. It should. We've tested the snot out of it. So I'm really looking forward to that. It's going to help us get much bigger reductions. And you blacked out all the stuff. All right, cool. Let me just go through something real quick for you. Let me look at this real quick. Everybody gets to read my emails. Hurry, read them fast. All right, here we go. So the value notice this year looks like this. There's a couple things that are a little bit different. One thing that I was just super excited to see, and this is not a big deal probably to anybody else but me, is right here. They tell you flat out that it says Homestead Limited right there. It's just letting you know that this person has a homestead exemption, that the appraisal district thinks that their house is worth $294,584, but because they have a homestead exemption, it is limited to this 286 number. And that's just plain English that kind of helps people understand what it means, because the terms are ambiguous. They just don't, they take on their own definition. So, and then the other thing is that there is no estimate this year. Usually there has been an estimate in past years on what the property tax value, or how much your tax bill might be. The estimate was totally false, and everybody knew it, and it created a lot of problems. And so now they don't put the estimate on there. They say, go to this website, Tarrant Tax Info, and you can get all the information there that you want. If you want to protest on your own, I've got videos that can teach you how to do that. You can also go to tad.org and do the instant answer thing. That's fine. And let's see here. I'm going to remove that and get right back here. All right. And that's really it. Let me tell you, the protest deadline this year is May 17th. You'll see on the appraisal district website, there are a few places that say May 15th. That's not true. May 17th is the protest deadline. You need to make sure you have your stuff postmarked by that date. And that does not mean that you have to have all of your that means that that's your deadline to basically submit your intent to protest, and then they'll schedule you for a hearing sometime after that. And I've got instructional videos that teach you all sorts of stuff about how to go through that process. Now I'm going to look really quick at some questions and answer those, and then I'm going to get out of here. Robin, thank you. How can I find out? Let's see here. Boom. How can I find out if you're protesting our taxes? I know the last few years you have. Stephanie, I hate this. I was hoping to send you an email today so that I could give you login information. And so I just need you to hang on till Monday. I'm going to be sending emails out on Monday. If I've protested for you in the past, you can pretty much count on that I'm doing it again this year. There were about 2,000 people that had some deed changes that are no longer associated with us for some reason. They might have had, got married, got divorced, somebody died, or, something. They had a deed change. And so, anyway, just hang on till Monday, and you'll be able to. I'll send you an email, and then you'll be able to go on our website and check to see if you're on our list. All right, Wesley Rogers wants me to do math in my head. Nice beard, pal. All right, he's look at him, man. He's badgering me. I get no respect around here. All right, Elizabeth, hers went up. I've had a lot of info about tax on private property, and can I share it? Average guy, man, you've been active commenting. I really appreciate all of your activity on there, and you've got an email address if anybody wants to go see some stuff about what somebody's commenting on our YouTube channel about some stuff. Go ahead, man. Share away. Much obliged, brother. Thanks for all your help. You got it. We truly appreciate all the hard work. Thank you. My valuation went up $23,000, Jeremy says. Man, I am happy to help. Got videos out there. Trying to do everything I can to sort this situation out. It's messed up. Gerald is like a superhero, and Chad Prather is running for governor. So those guys are hard at work fighting for you. Whether you like them or not, they're fighting for you. All right. Yeah. 10% is too much, says Elizabeth. Let's see. Gerald, how far off have appraisals and market value? Hold on. How far off has appraisals and market value been? How have you dealt with, how have you dealt with that? Buyers just have extra cash. Okay. So I think Wesley is talking about the real world terminology of actual appraisals, because here's the thing: on the value notice, they say market value and appraised value. Well, appraised value doesn't actually mean appraised value at all. They make up their own definition. It just means the homestead capped value. What Wesley's talking about here is an actual appraisal from an appraiser during a real estate transaction, I think. And appraisals and the actual market value, meaning I think what he probably means is what somebody has agreed to buy the house for. Those numbers have been drastically different. Man, Wes, I could get into this. Me and my team are on this every day. All I can say in a nutshell is we have about 13 different strategies to win a bidding war, and only one of them is increasing the purchase price. I've got 3 strategies on how to avoid a bidding war altogether, and most real estate agents and most people don't understand that the first sales pitch when you're selling a house is to find a good buyer and negotiate good terms with them. Well, the second negotiation is with the appraiser themselves, and we actually prepare for that and take an ethical approach to try to help the appraiser see eye to eye with us. It's better than nothing. It's not a magic bullet, and so I could go into detail, but today people want to hear about property taxes, so you're off the list, Wesley. You have to, I don't know, off the board here. Me and Wes used to go to church, so I feel like dogging him in public, but then people won't know that. He'll know I'm kidding, and maybe nobody else will. All right. What if my tat.org account shows that it's still pending? Okay. So that's a great question. If it says it's still pending, or you look in the market value or proposed value says 0, it means that they're still calculating the value. Don't worry. They'll come out with it. Whenever they do, then you're either going to have 30 days to file your protest, or the protest deadline is going to be on the statement itself. Okay. What if my tad.org account shows still pending? I already said that one. Let's see. Can we do a homestead exemption to lower our bill? My tax rate went up 18. That's crazy, man. Yeah. If you go to chandlercrouch.com/homestead, chandlercrouch.com/homestead, then I'll put it in the comments, chandlercrouch.com/homestead. Then that will give you a good tutorial on the homestead exemption and what to do. And I've got I got the form in there for you and everything. Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and do that. Let's see. Yes, you can. I just did that. I go through it, Chandler. Let's see here. Did you ever let me put this up there. Boom. Do you have to do an exemption application every year? No, you don't, Dustin. Now, here's the thing. This is a problem. They're supposed to be good for life, but if there's any kind of change, like if your mailing address changes, if you just decide to use a P.O. box for your mailing address or something like that, that can cause them to cancel your exemption. So it's good to check every now and then. If you find that you should have had a homestead exemption on your property, but it's not there right now, then you can file retroactively. And let me just show you real quick where that is. And then I will log off of here and get out of your hair. And we can all party it up this weekend and think about something, hopefully, other than property taxes. Okay. So let's see. Just put your address in here. Go to tad.org, put your address in there. You click there, and then you'll see I actually don't own this house anymore. So I just use it because I don't want to use anybody else's house. Somebody might get mad at me. But if you scroll all the way down, then you can see the exemptions filed. This works except for over 65 exemptions. They're not allowed to show you they're not allowed to publicly display over 65 exemptions. Let me show you a little bonus tip here. If you go right here and click that button, then it takes you over to the tax assessor's website, and there's all sorts of cool stuff here. All this is public. I can look this up on anybody's account. You can look it up on anybody's account. If you want to just snoop around and see what your neighbors are paying in taxes, you can do this. Let's see here. I'll go to prior years. You can see what was paid every year. And then you can go to, let's see, like the e-statement. This is pretty cool. You can see who receives money on all of your houses. You can see all these different things and see out of all these different entities that collect money when you pay property taxes, where they go to. So there you go. All right. Before I get too nerdy, look, guys, I can do this all day, but this is not something that most people want to spend their whole day on. But I do, and I will. So I'm going down Monday to testify, hopefully get the bill taken to the next level. Maybe we can get the darn thing passed and get a little extra relief. And I'm going to scroll through the comments one more time. We're going to do Jonathan, and then that is it. Jonathan says he just built a brand new home and moved in August 2020. His valuation came out, and his valuation was correct, but the land value is $80,000 instead of $7,000. Is that normal? Yeah, Jonathan, they play some funny little games with the land value versus the improvement value. Truth be known, it's not really truly reassessed every year. It's reassessed every 3 years, even though you might see minor adjustments. Last year, the land value was reassessed. So we had a whole bunch of people asking questions about why their land value skyrocketed, but the total market value number was reasonable. Well, it's because they reassessed the land value. It doesn't really matter until you start trying to adjust for things like square footage. So for instance, let's say in your situation, I don't know what the total value is, but I don't know. This is going to be way off. There aren't any houses worth $100,000 anymore. It seems like what used to be worth 100 is now 500,000. But let's just say if you had a house worth $100,000 and your land valuation was $80,000, and let's say you had a 2,000 square foot home, well, then you have it's $20,000 of value spread over 2,000 square feet. So let's just say if you did an adjustment on the square footage, then you only have $20,000 of adjustment to play with there to affect the square footage. So again, I'm nerding out on property tax stuff. That's just why I wouldn't worry about it, to be honest with you. I would just say if you've got if your total market value is good, then you're probably good, because you really fight it the same way. You just show them comparable sales and issues with your condition. You can show them photos, contractor estimates, and that sort of thing. And that's how you fight it. And you're really only fighting the big number, the total market value. That's the only number you can really protest. I've tried fighting all sorts of other stuff. Even if it's legal, it doesn't mean they're going to agree with you. And it's sometimes an uphill battle because they don't use the same kind of logic me and you use. All right. That is it. Denise, how do you know if your over 65 exemption is still on there? The best thing I can recommend is to call the appraisal district and just ask. Or you can email them, exempt@tad.org. Exempt@tad.org. That'll do it. All right, y'all. Have a great weekend. And if you have questions, you can email us, protest@chandlercrouch.com. If you have not signed up ever, if we've never protested for you, then go to freetaxprotest.com. And if we've helped you in the past, please be patient with us. We are trying to kick the email server in the teeth. And Monday, we will send out a truckload of emails, and we will be protesting like mad this year. That's it. Appreciate it. Have a great weekend. Oh, hey. There is a video that I posted on my personal Facebook page. I think I posted on YouTube. Yeah, I posted on YouTube. And no, I posted on our company Facebook page. It's William Henry talking about a story that he had in his last transaction. It is awesome, guys. You got to watch it. It's unbelievable. I feel like telling the story right now, but it's more than 40 offers. the last person that made the offer was the winner, and you would never guess who the person was. Is a mind-blowing story. If you need a little inspiration, if you're down in the dumps because your property tax bill, just go watch that. It's a great story. And with that, I will leave you alone. Over and out. See you.